Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about another NGA prospect for Collingwood going into the draft at the end of this year. We're talking about Zach McCarthy from Oakleigh Chargers, NGA tied as he has, I believe it's Vietnamese heritage. So we've got Zach McCarthy, we're talking Jai Saxena, we've done a video on already. Then we've got father sons like Thomas McGuan. And then Doug Kerr is another one who's just recovered from an ACL. We're starting to play some Coates Talent League footy again. Not sure how he will fare, but today we talk about Zach McCarthy. Now, this one is a really, he's a bit of a unicorn to me, this one, Zach McCarthy, because of his height and the potential that this kid possesses is what gets me, is very intriguing. With Tom McGuan, at this point in his young career, which hasn't even made it to the cusp of AFL just yet, so we won't go too quick on that summary with McGuan. But with McGuan, you know what you're going to get from early on. A very consistent hard runner, finds the footy, a real connector, really good with it, and really quick with the way he disposes the ball by hand. Zach McCarthy has these potentials where it's like, geez, what can he be? Can he be a Darcy from Western Bulldogs? Can he be a Luke Jackson? What type of mold is he going to blend into as he grows into his body? 200 centimeters, he's a giant, yeah, and has been playing dual position ruck, half forward, centre half forward, and teaming up with Louis Emmett, who's touted to go quite early in the draft as well for the Oakleigh Chargers. So there's a few moving parts there that we'll find out a bit more about as we get closer to the draft. But he's played just the 2 games in the Coates Talent League this year. He missed the start of the season with the hamstring. He played against the Northern Knights, had 20 odd and kicked a goal. He does the same thing against Sandy, who we know are perpetually one of the most strongest outfits in the Coates Talent League. So we're going to talk about his game and go through this game together, where he had 21 touches, 5 marks, and a goal. The next point where we'll get a really good idea, his draft range right now is probably 20 to 40, right? After Sunday, where Vic Metro play, he's either going to be the talk of the town or he might slide. This is just the way it is with these young key tall position players. So let's get into it, okay? Come on, press play, buddy. I'm going to mute this as well. So he's looking inside to the corridor. So we want to find out about his ball, his use by foot as well, okay? So he's looking inside. He's doing all the right things. Bites off a pretty nasty kick. And you know what? Maybe it was just off. But he's obviously... I'm not sure if it ends up going, if it's intended for here. Let's see. He goes... You know what? Like, the idea is there anyhow. I'm not going to read into it too much. I like the vision. I like the idea. Maybe the execution wasn't quite there. But he's quite versatile in what he offers as a player. And as a key tall player, to have the ability to ruck, to use the ball quick by hand, and to have some craft going inside 50 and being a good option going inside 50 is really important to sort of leap yourself into first round draft contention. So this game against Sandy, by the way, Louis Emmett wasn't playing, so he sort of got the keys to the town for this one and said, hey, you know what, you just go for it. So a little bit of an intercept possession there. Sells his player, who's a lot smaller than him, so you don't see this too often from the big fellas, do you? At 200 centimeters tall, like this kid is probably half his size. See you later. Finds a hand pass, provides an overlap option if needed. It's not there, but that's okay. So he's got a bit of confidence, doesn't he? And he's in this contest here, by the way. Gets the handball receive, makes the most of it there. I don't think much happens here. Let's see. Just sort of competes. Yep, cool. Do we get a stoppage? Does he hold it in? Dribbles out. All right. So, big tall fella here. Really nice hand pass here. I'm not going to, once again, it's nothing too crazy, but it's nice here. He's got a player on his ass, yeah. And these are the signs you want to see. He's got a player on his ass. Most ruckmen, what are they going to do? They are going to absolutely yeet this, or maybe they just see something right in front of them, and just give up the ball. Instead, he has a moment to settle himself, and look at that. That just opens up the game. Let's see how it transpires, anyways. Really good. And they're out. Really strong contested contested possession, if you want to call it that. Somehow finds this. I mean, how quickly does he acknowledge that there's a player here? So in this moment here, he's obviously already picked up that this play is free. That's some good vision for a ruckman, guys. A ruckman or a centre-half forward, whatever you want to call it. Because he's already picked it up. He's picked it up now. Fucking fair play. And he's ready for the overlap. Gets the hand pass. Not the cleanest hand pass. Okay, we live with that. That's fine. These young, tall players are going to be clunky at times. How are we looking for a kick inside 50? Sharp. Not 15 apparently, but okay. Very sharp. Takes a mark. I think we see a set shot from here. He has a nice kicking action as well. He looks like he knows how to use the footy. He's not one of those players who comes from a basketball background and doesn't really know how to handle the footy, how to kick the footy. He looks like he has a really good kicking action down pat. He's come in leaps and bounds compared to last year when it comes to Coates talent league. I mean, I think he played 5 games last year and only averaged like 7-8 touches a game. So he's gone from that, and I know it's a small sample size in 2 games, going from averaging 8 disposals a game to 20. I think it's still a significant jump, regardless. So misses that to the left. That's okay. And we get to see a bit of ruck work here. Nice tap to the 12 o'clock position right in front of him and follows up as well. These are the signs. Does he compete? He does. He stays in it. Nice little soft touch. In the ruck. Not my forte, guys, so my vocabulary use in terms of ruck isn't great. But I'll call it how I see it. Really good ground ball get here. Really good. So he competes initially in a tackle. He's up. He's already up before 27, so he has the upper hand to win this contest. Gets it out, and they're out. Nice contest. Intercept mark. Hello, Darcy Cameron. Anybody? What does he want here? What decision? Yeah, just play it safe here. Play it safe. This is a good decision. Look at the time, right? It's late in the second quarter. The game's tight. Just sort of give us a chance to settle, yeah? Good work on the wing. This ruckman's nowhere near him. So he's obviously in this little, I suppose, space between, when it comes to athleticism, between like a centre-half forward and a ruckman. He's probably too quick and too athletic for a ruckman. And then when it comes to maybe playing on a genuine centre-half back, I wouldn't even know. We'll find out on the weekend in the national championships. But I wonder how he goes against an extremely well-suited athletic centre-half back. That's what I'm curious to see. Kick inside 50. Not too bad. Genuine 1-on-1 contest. Maybe it wasn't directly into his teammates' favour, but it's not always going to be like that. So it's not a bad kick from your ruckman going inside 50. All right. Gets it out. I think he gets a goal here, actually. Sort of just gets forward. Where was his ruck? Where was his opposition here? Was it 32? 32's ball watching here. Absolutely ball watching. Doesn't check his shoulder. This is a cardinal sin. He's just getting sucked into the contest and not knowing where your direct opposition is. So that's just Zach McCarthy playing it smart, really. And he snaps this from 35 straight in front. Good result. Massive response as well, being 2 goals down at this point. Have we got anything else? What have we got? We got a little bit more. More ruck work. Sort of just dodges traffic a little bit here. 1 or 2 players, and then he's able to feed it out, and they're off. Gathers, knocks it forward. Not too bad. Probably loses that one. That's okay. How about that for a kick going inside 50, huh? You know, DC, I'm telling you, kind of reminds me of DC in some ways. A bit of intercepting ability, pretty competent by foot as well. I rate DC as one of the best ruckman field kickers in the game. And you know what? DC came in as a forward as well. So I am seeing some similarities here. Doesn't blaze away, just waits for the right option. Doesn't have a hand pass option here. He's under duress And by the way, he hits up Jai Saxena, who is the other guy we've already spoken about, who plays for the Chargers. I think he kicked 5 goals in this game. So, yeah, we're blessed with the NGA prospects at the moment. I'll tell you how we get them in a moment as well. Nice little tap. I think this will be one of the last couple plays. Good tackle. Maybe should be holding the ball. Gets it forward. So Sandy sort of running away with this game here. I think they won by 3 goals in the end. And a contest there. Okay, so for those, and shout out to Footy Stuff. I'm sorry, I should have mentioned that start. Footy Stuff on YouTube, they post all this stuff. It's incredible work they do. How we get these players will be, I guess it hinges on, do we have outgoing players that bring in picks, like a Darcy Cameron or a Brazzy Maynard, whoever it may be, right? There's that. There's also, can we get some sort of, I know there's conversations of trying to bring a first round pick forward for compensate, like allowing to bend the rules where we're sort of liaising with the AFL right now to see if that's possible, because we've used so many first round picks recently. Can't quite remember the specific rule, but you have to use a certain amount of first round draft picks within a certain amount of years, and I think we're at that threshold. So we're trying to bring a first round pick forward if possible. The other one is we simply go into a draft deficit. Now, we don't know. Like if Jai Saxena and what's his guy's name? Zach McCarthy and McGuan all go first round. Two out of the 3 are McGuan's almost a certainty, almost. McCarthy and Saxena, who knows? But if they all go first round, then we're in some strife. But we'll see. We shall see. Draft deficit, picks from players, outgoing players, compensation, bending the rules with the AFL allowing it. Hopefully these are the ways we get them. There's no sort of clear path, but hey, in Leper we trust, right? Guys, if you enjoyed that, let me know what you think. We will know a lot more about, in particular, Jai Saxena and Zach McCarthy after the national championship. So stick around and we'll follow that very closely. Go Pies.